What is going on, guys? Newport City Nightmare back with you once again for the Newport City Nightmare podcast. I know, I promised that I would be to review Raw and SmackDown on Saturday. Didn't do that, as you know, but I did do a podcast Thursday, so last week was a bit, it's the way it is, isn't it? Life got involved. But yeah, so today we're going to review Raw and SmackDown and talk a bit about CM Punk's promo. And we'll do this day in wrestling as usual. So, Raw, Monday Night Raw from... Actually, where was Raw from? Nashville, Tennessee. On Monday, the 27th of January, just the day after my birthday. We opened Raw with, of course, the package for Survivor Series. Of course, we all know what went out in Survivor Series. If you did watch the Survivor Series review on Thursday, you didn't have CM Punk in the video though, which when they opened the new, they had a new Raw opening package. CM Punk wasn't in the video, so see what happens here. Michael Cole called it one of the most anticipated Raws ever. It didn't turn out to be that way. And he's calling the action with Wade Barrett, of course, as usual. And the first hour was commercial free. Then kicked off Raw with Randy Orton. Randy looking jacked just like he did at the Survivor Series, of course. Orton made his entrance to a huge ovation. Orton was wearing a black shirt and pants, which was nice. Orton didn't wear his merch. Maybe they haven't got any new merch for Randy yet. Maybe that's the case. But Orton welcomed everyone to Raw, saying it was great to be back and all that, and thanked Cody for giving him the call. Orton also said he had unfinished business to attend to with the Bloodline. Of course, we'll find that out on the SmackDown review in a minute. Orton said that maybe he can forgive, but he'll never forget. Orton said that he has a bag full of receipts for the Bloodline, and you have receipts for every single member of the Bloodline, while saying every single member twice. Orton said those receipts are going to come in the form of the most dangerous letters in the most three dangerous letters in WWE and in sports entertainment, RKO. With that, Rhea Ripley comes out and said that she wanted Orton to join the Judgment Day. Of course, that didn't happen. But Orton said that, guess who's back? Daddy's back, which I thought was a nice line. Dominic Mysterio come out then, and JD McDonough. Randy Orton hits JD McDonough with the RKO and says to Dom, don't go anywhere, mate, because I'm going to find Adam Pearce, and we're going to have a match later on tonight. So, it was cool. And we had a video from earlier on in the day for setting up the Tag Team Turmoil match. There was a load of Jelly Roll as well, a rapper. I've never heard of the guy. But R-Truth is back, and I'm glad to have him back as well, because he was in the back as well. The WWE shop commercial as well. Cody Rhodes showing some merchandise. Then had which basically took up most of the first hour of Raw. It was No More Contenders Tag Team Turmoil match, DIY, Johnny Gargano versus Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa to kick us off in this one. Of course, I imagine you knew who was going to go win that. Ciampa Gargano hit the meat in the middle for the win. And that went about 4 minutes. Alpha Academy eliminated, of course, from there. We then had Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. They were going to take on Indus Sher. This lasted about 3 minutes as well. Or 2 minutes, actually. Gargano avoided a charge in Via, and Gargano did a roll-up sunset flip style for the win. That, like I said, 2 minutes. Indus Sher eliminated from the Tag Team Turmoil. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa then took on the Creed brothers. This was a lot better. Creed's got the win with the Brutus Ball splash to eliminate Gargano and Ciampa. Won about 18 minutes. It was about 18 minutes into the match. So that was good. Enjoyed that. Good to see the Creeds getting a lot of wins. They had the New Day. They beat the New Day then, did the Creeds. I thought was also good. And then they actually beat Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. And I think the entire match was about 30 minutes. Winners of the tag team tournament was Brutus and Julius Creed. So that was a good match. It was a good match. They usually do this with these tag team tournament matches. They usually do it when they have got these commercial-free Raws. It's easy to get a load of stuff in, which was good. Which was definitely good. But I think the Judgment Day were in the back, and R-Truth come in saying he'd be their partner, which is like, yeah, okay. And they're basically showing that the Judgment Day are back. They still going to be good. We hear from Cody Rhodes, and he was talking about the War Games match. Looked emotional because it was obviously Dusty's match. And Cody announced himself for the 2024 Royal Rumble. So the first man in the Rumble. Maybe Cody's going to do it back-to-back this year. We'll see. Lights went out in the arena then, and Shinsuke Nakamura appeared with video on screen. Nakamura attacked Cody from behind, so I imagine it's going to be Nakamura and Cody going over the Christmas period. Hit the mist as well. To Cody did Nakamura, so looks like that's going to be Cody's feud going into the Royal Rumble. Over the Christmas period, of course. That's going to be cool. What do we have next? Have a looky. Trying to think a little of my notes here in a minute. I think, what was next? Waiting for my fucking notes to load on my laptop. Fucking pain in the ass. But Raw was not that bad so far. It was just fucking pain in the ass. No crashing it. Yeah, of course it is. Right, so if you bear with me, guys. Right, there we go, there somewhere. And I just thank Living Colour for, of course, Cult of Personality for CM Punk, the remastered version, of course, which just come out. We had Ivar versus Bronson Reed, which was a nice big man match. With Bronson Reed coming out on top, I think. Remember rightly? So this week's just going to be a report. Oh yeah, double count out, wasn't it? It was 8 minutes, so double count out. Both men came outside the ring from the Death Valley driver through the barricades. Nice because both men need it at the moment. They could have put Bronson over because he was in that fatal 4-way on NXT. Like I said, not reviewing NXT at the moment. Nia Jax did her entrance for a singles match. Yeah, this is where Truth said he wanted to be the next member of the Judgment Day for War Games. Of course, War Games already passed. We then had Zoe Stark versus Nia Jax. We had a break basically 2 minutes into the match, which seems to happen quite a lot. Jax hit the Annihilator. Or the Annihilator, the splash off the turnbuckle with the win. So she beat Nia. So I think Nia Jax might be next in line for the women's world title. Miz walked up to Gunther saying he wants a rematch. We had Seth then come out for his address of what's happened. He said he don't want to talk about CM Punk. Drew come out. Now, Drew come out to meet Seth in the ring. And Drew went literally absolutely nuts. He punched Rollins, and it looks like we're going to get a rematch. But G comes out to help Seth. So it looks like we're going to get Drew and Seth. Probably at Rumble. Probably at Rumble in a rematch. Could have it on TV, though. Drew was shown backstage with a bloody forehead. Sami Zayn walked up to Drew backstage, wondering what's up with him. Sami said that he's been screwed out of the WWE title in front of his family. That's at Elimination Chamber. And Zayn said he nearly beat Rollins for the world title too. Zayn told Drew that he's a great athlete and all this, and it looks like we're going to get maybe Drew and Sami once again, just before we have Drew versus Rollins again. Now, the women's tag team titles on the line. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven against Natalya and Tegan Nox. Chelsea and Piper won, so they're still the women's tag team champions. Said I couldn't care less about this feud at the moment. I don't think a lot of people can. World Heavyweight. Next week on Raw, we're going to get, tonight I should say, Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso, Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. 2 big matches right there. So it's going to be a lot happening for the world title. Dominic entered for his match. Becky was interviewed by Jackie Redmond then, who asked how Lynch was feeling after the War Games match. It was a great night to make amends. We're going to have Randy Orton versus Dominic Mysterio. It's a good back and forth matchup. Orton wins the match. Dominic went for the splash. Orton moves, and it's Dominic with the RKO for a win after 8 minutes. So not a long match for Raw, for a Raw main event, but that's good. Not a bad Raw. And of course we have one more thing to come, and that was CM Punk's promo, which when they come back from break had 8 minutes on the air. 8 minutes on the air. So you had CM Punk made his entrance. We're wearing one of his new t-shirts. There's obviously cult personality played in the background. The crowd reaction was laid, but nowhere near as good as Survivor Series, which we expected. CM Punk, it looks like hell froze over. He didn't say a lot here. He said he's home and he's glad the fans are behind him and all this, and literally went off the air with CM Punk saying, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. And that was Monday Night Raw, and it was, to be honest, coming out of Survivor Series, you thought they would do a lot more than Randy Orton in the main event against Dominic Mysterio. Randy Orton cutting a promo saying Daddy's back, and CM Punk just saying that he loves everyone. So I think there's more to come from Punk, and there's more to come from this. But like I said, we're a bad Raw. Just whatever, like, you know. We will get to the news in a minute, but let's get to SmackDown in a minute. Obviously, I want to talk about Tammy Sitch. What happened there? Because oh God, and then we'll get to this week in wrestling. We'll get out of here then. Oh, just pass a bit, guys. Sorry, needed a bit of a drink. SmackDown on Raw on the whole, yeah, not a bad show, but like I said, coming out of a big show like Survivor Series, when there's a lot of people watching, you'd think there would be a lot better, a lot more happening than it was. They said they could, but it is December. Not a lot happens in the month of December, does it? So, I said we are in, well, I suppose it was November at the time, but said just remember, guys, on the community feed every day this week, I've been putting up your thoughts for the awards. At the moment, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are neck and neck with the best male wrestler. Rhea Ripley is out in front, 3 votes out in front for a match with because she's going to be the women's wrestler. And tag teams is tied with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and of course the Judgment Day. So I'll be doing match of the year as well, and moment of the year. So There's your 5. So, yeah, SmackDown. Bianca Belair was in the ring ready for a promo. They had a video replaying Women's War Games, of course. They did have a good match. So let's hear from Bianca. Bianca said it was cool to be back in Brooklyn. Of course, Belair said that her team did what needed to be done against Damage Control. Belair gave a shout out to Becky Lynch, Shotzi, and Charlotte, and said she's still coming for Damage Control and Io Sky because she wants her title back. I think Io of Damage Control made their entrance with Dakota, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Kai spoke for the group, saying it was great how Belair could get these people to cheer for it. Kai said that Sky at this smart. I can't even read my own writing. Want to live in Brooklyn, yeah, a bit of a Brooklyn thing. Charlotte and Shotzi come out, interrupt the promo. And they all fought, and the announcers wondered where Bayley was. So yeah, it's continuing with this Bayley saga in it. So the announcers did a rundown of what's coming up. Butch made his entrance for a singles match next Friday in the spot of SmackDown. It's the annual Tribute to the Troops show, so it won't be no SmackDown. It'll be Tribute to the Troops instead next week. It was announced that Belair will face Kairi Sane later on SmackDown. Damage Control walked up to Bayley backstage with Bayley saying nobody told her that they were going to come out there. Yeah. It's a slow build to kicking Bayley out of Damage Control. Then had Bobby Lashley versus Butch. Bobby Lashley was greeted by Bobby chants. Lashley warned Butch that he will break him into pieces. And he asked if Butch was ready. So Butch slapped Lashley. We said we then had Butch versus Lashley. It was a good little match. It was nothing spectacular, right? Lashley tried to lift. Butch hit a kick, and Lashley had enough of that, leading to a spear for the win after 8 minutes. Good little match, like I said. But Lashley, of course, I think is going to be in line for well, he could be in line for the US title shot. I think it's actually going to be Kevin Owens. But Kevin Owens apparently is injured now after SmackDown. So we hear more about that, I imagine, on Friday. Video package for War Games. Randy Orton was the 5th man. Yeah, noise. We all know about that. Paul Heyman was shown in the office of Nick Aldis. Heyman asked Aldis if he invited Randy Orton to SmackDown. Aldis said he did, and he wants to sign Orton to a contract. Heyman left with his phone, so we are left to assume that he would call Roman Reigns. Yeah, so the build to Orton versus Reigns at Royal Rumble is on. So then we had backstage. Kayla Braxton asked why Ridge Holland walked out on their match. Asked Butch. Butch says he was there on SmackDown to fight, and he will fight anyone. Pretty Deadly walked up to Butch, telling him it should be a learning opportunity. They mocked and laughed at Butch. Butch punched them. Pretty Deadly fought back by throwing Butch into an equipment case. Sounded nasty. Yeah, like I said, I think this is going to be. I think Butch is going to get attacked, and then I think Ridge is going to come to his senses. We hope. Video package aired about Santos Escobar's recent heel turn. Escobar was interviewed by Kathy Kelly backstage. Escobar said that Rey Mysterio turned his back on the LWO a long time ago when he chose Carlito over Santos. Escobar said he's going to put Joaquin Wilde on the shelf right now. So Escobar entered for his singles match. This Monday on Raw, of course, Seth Rollins defends the World Championship against Jey Uso, which I think is going to be a really good match. And Cody to address Shinsuke Nakamura. He did mention anything with CM Punk, but you have to assume the Punk's going to be there. We'll see. We had Joaquin Wilde versus Santos Escobar. I don't think this went very long. Yeah, 3 minutes. Escobar just beat the crap out of him. Bit back and forth, but nothing much. Super kick by Escobar. Phantom Driver win. They're building up Escobar, of course. It's looking like he's going to face Rey at WrestleMania. But they could do it at the Rumble. We'll see. I think Dragon Lee came out after the match as well. So Nick Aldis and SmackDown was backstage shaking hands with Logan Paul. US champion Logan Paul is up next. Nick Aldis was backstage looking at the contract. Adam Pearce, the Raw GM, walked in, wondering if the rumors are true that Nick wanted to sign Randy. Nick said yes, and Pearce also has his Raw contract in his hands as well. So Randy Orton's going to one of Raw or SmackDown. Logan Paul comes out then to cut a promo, saying that, you know, he showed everyone that he could be in this business. Yeah, no worries. Of course, he hasn't been on the show for 4 weeks since beating Rey Mysterio for the United States Championship. So now, of course, we have two abandoned champions on SmackDown. Since Rey Mysterio was injured, he won't be getting a rematch. So they're having a tournament starting next week, or starting soon, I imagine. And the people in the tournament will be Logan. Yeah, Logan and I said he and the GML this set up a tournament to determine the next challenger with 8 superstars: Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee, Karrion Kross, Bobby Lashley, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, and an unnamed NXT opponent, which I think will an unnamed NXT wrestler, which will probably be Carmelo Hayes. But that's not set in stone yet. Kevin Owens made his entrance in true KO tank top with the fans cheering for him. Owens got into the ring with Logan. Owens said that Logan being in the ring was a nightmare. They went back and forth. They got face to face, and an interruption took place. That was Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, which led into a match with Waller. I said I think it is going to be KO and Logan Paul, but we'll see. Yeah, like I said, Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller. We had Logan Paul on commentary. Waller tried to run away. I said you expect a good match between these two guys, of course. Owens hit the flash up off the top rope when they returned from break. Waller put KO's hand against the bottom turnbuckle and tried to kick it. But Owens moved away. Owens did a roll-up of death, which seemed to happen quite a lot on this show, for the win after 11 minutes. Big win for KO. There's a graphic saying that CM Punk returned to WWE, did 95 million views across all social media platforms. Cole called it the biggest return in WWE history. That's yet to be that's yet to be named, but we'll see about that. Video package for CM Punk to return at the end of Survivor Series. They showed some of the fan reactions. They also showed his promo from Raw. There's an announced that CM Punk will be on SmackDown next week. Now, I'm thinking that he won't be on Raw this week tonight. I think he'll just be on SmackDown. So, it's big to have CM Punk on Tribute to the Troops. No doubt about it. Bianca Belair made her entrance with Charlotte and Shotzi to support Belair. Damage Control was shown backstage with Bayley, looking apprehensive about it. Io Sky and Bayley stay here tonight. Kairi Sane was joined by WWE Women's Champion Io Sky, Asuka, and Dakota Kai. So, continued stuff then. We had the match with Kairi and Bianca, which goes back to the old NXT days. It was a good back and forth. Kairi done really well in this match, but in the end, Belair won with the KOD for the win. Good match, though. Good match. Kairi's possibly one of the best in the game. So, but it wasn't. There was a few sloppy moments, but to be expected. It's on a TV show. But GM Nick Aldis then and Adam Pearce were shown backstage with contracts in hand for Randy Orton segment coming up next. We then had commercial for next week on SmackDown on the Tribute to the Troops episode. We had US title contenders match, Escobar versus Dragon Lee. That'll be good. Hopefully it's better than their match of Survivor Series. Bobby Lashley versus Karrion Kross. Oh, it's going to be a big boy match. Charlotte versus Asuka, and CM Punk returns to SmackDown. So seems like a pretty good lineup for next week. So SmackDown GM Nick Aldis was in the ring with Adam Pearce, the GM of Raw. Both had contracts in their hand. There was a black carpet in the ring as well. Randy Orton made his entrance to a good ovation from the crowd. Orton did his signature pose, and we had RKO chants. Pearce told Orton that he was Monday Night Raw legend who belongs on Raw. Pearce then told Orton if he signs a contract, he'll give the Orton the winner of Rollins and Jey Uso for the world title. Nick Aldis said if Orton signs with SmackDown, he can give Randy the guys that took him out. Paul interrupted the promo with cell phone in hand. Heyman reminds us that he serves as the wise man for the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, look who's back after 18 months on the shelf, thanks to Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Randy Orton comes home looking for revenge. But now Orton, Heyman brings out Solo Sikoa and brother Jimmy Uso. Orton grabbed both of the guys in the end. With the old vintage Orton, he DDT. And dropped Jay with an RKO. Orton asked both of the contract. Orton looked at each contract, and then he looked at the fans. Orton tossed the Raw contract down, and Orton signed the SmackDown contract, telling Heyman that Daddy's back, to tell Roman Reigns that Daddy's back. He then hit the RKO on Aldis to finish out SmackDown, sorry. Not a bad show. SmackDown, but like I said, a lot like Raw. This could have been a lot different. There's going to be a lot more happening. But you've got to give the top star Randy Orton. Let's look at this. So yeah, SmackDown and Raw, like I said, not a lot happened, but I didn't expect it to. But it would have been nice. But this is what happens on these shows. So let's do it this day in wrestling. Quickly. And we're going to get here, guys. Of course, like I said, it's nice to know that Tammy Sitch has finally gone down. 17 years she's gone down for. She did try and blame it on... He just tried to blame it on mental health. Like, mate, you killed someone. You generally killed someone in a car. Don't try and blame... Don't try and blame this on... Don't try and blame it on mental health, mate. You're a complete lunatic. You tried to blame it on the fact that what's his name died as well, Candido. No, I'm not believing in that. But like I said, I just wanted to touch on that quickly. Like I said, I'm trying to think of more. Apparently, there's been backstage heat with Punk and Kevin Owens. They can't stand each other, so that's going to happen. But I think they'll play ball. Well, let's hope so, because Punk apparently has that. Released that clause in his contract that if he doesn't do good, then he's gone. So Punk needs to behave himself, I think is the thing. So here we go. So this day in professional wrestling history, in 1991, after winning the WWE Championship back from The Undertaker in a controversial fashion at this Tuesday in Texas pay-per-view, Hulk Hogan was stripped of the title by on-screen president Jack Tunney. The belt would be awarded to the winner of the 1992 Rumble, which would end up being Ric Flair. Well, of course, one of the best times in wrestling. 1993, Kevin Sullivan and the Tasmaniac defeated Shane Douglas and Tommy Dreamer for the ECW World Tag Team titles after Douglas turned on Dreamer to cost the team the belts. We all go all the way to 2000 then. God, there's not much going on. On Monday Night Raw in East Riverside, New Jersey, William Regal won the WWF European Championship from Crash Holly. Nice. 2001, Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club is unofficially closed when McMahon is forced by The Rock to kiss Rikishi's ass on SmackDown. Oh, God, what a night that was. 2006, less than a day removed from the terrible December to Dismember pay-per-view, Paul Heyman left his position in WWE. Tensions had mounted before the event, as it was clear that Heyman's vision for the show and the ECW brand differed massively from the wider company plan. Well, right, 2009, Umaga, Eddie Fatu died from heart failure mere months after his WWE release. at the age of 36. 2009, WWE take tribute to the troops in Baghdad, Iraq. In the main event, John Cena defeated Chris Jericho to retain his WWE Championship. He did have the video there, but obviously he's not available. 2013, the Hart family mansion in Calgary, Alberta, Canada is named a heritage site by Calgary Mayor. 2016, SmackDown brand presented TLC from the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Also, main event, AJ Styles defending the title against Dean Ambrose in a TLC match. 2018, WWE taped the Tribute to the Troops special at Fort Hood in Texas, sorry, not Fan Hood. The main event saw AJ Styles and Seth Rollins defeat Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose. 2020, Friday Night SmackDown opened with a 10-bell salute for Pat Patterson. Of course, a lot of IC title people on there. Of course, notable birthdays today. Hiromu Takahashi, Brooke Tessmacher, Victor, and Sylvester Terkay. Of course, the former Olympian. So, I think that's going to do it for this Monday edition of the Newport City Nightmare podcast. Of course, we'll be back next week, usual. We'll be back on Saturday, usual time. Or usual day, I should say. I haven't really put a time down for these podcasts yet, but bear with me. Like I said, I still having a little bit of a thing with this. Of course, get onto the YouTube channel if you are watching this on YouTube, of course. If not, on Facebook, whatever. Or on the podcast feed. Just remember that I do have my awards going all month. They will go all the way to the 30th, where we will give you the Newport City Nightmare End of Year Awards. And that will be on the Saturday. That will be the last Saturday of 2023. So thanks for joining me, guys, on this edition. Like I said, I'll be back Saturday. Lots coming from the channel these next couple of weeks. We'll be doing some more full videos as well coming up. So as well as 2K videos as well, because I got a few in the can. So hopefully you can join me for that. So until Saturday, guys, I've been your Newport City Nightmare. Thanks for watching. I'll see you when I see you.